in a sinking car, don't try to simply open the door to escape. The water pressure will make it impossible. Instead, take the car headrest off and hit the windows at the edges to break it. If you don't have access to clean water but need it quick, then fill a tall bottle with dirty water and place an empty bottle connected by cloth next to it. The clean water will filter itself into the empty bottle over time. If you're ever stranded in water, you can use your trousers as a flotation device. Tie the legs of your trousers and then whip them to fill them with air. Then use your hands to keep the waist closed so the air stays inside.
Morbid Facts, Part 68. This is the grave of Jesse Presley, Elvis Presley's twin brother who was stillborn. Elvis would often open up to friends and family about his unborn brother, telling them that he always had a persistent feeling that Jesse was somehow with him throughout his life. In the 1800s, you could pay your admission to the London Zoo by bringing in a pet cat or dog to feed the lions. This is a photo of an Australian model being distracted by the first plane that hit the World Trade Center on 9/11. She and many others thought the blast was just an accident until the second plane hit. In 2015, a dying fisherman told his two buddies to use his ashes as bait mix. 3 weeks after he died, his friends used his ashes to reel in this 180-pound monster carp. It was one of the largest carps ever caught.
What is a fact that could possibly save your life? Part 2. If you have a cut that gets infected and see a streak of red going up from it, go to the doctors immediately. It is a sign of serious infection that could lead to sepsis. If you've gone 2 or more days without water, and you have to choose between drinking water without any way to sanitize it, or not drink water, drink the water. If you don't, you will definitely die soon. Most of the diseases you can get from bad water take a couple of days to set in, which gives you more time to find help. If you ever find yourself caught in a riptide, swim parallel to the shoreline until you can get out of the riptide. Swimming directly back to the shore while caught in one won't get you anywhere, and it will only exhaust you, making it extremely dangerous to do so. If you ever come in contact with a gorilla, especially a male, stay low and quiet, and no sudden moves. Do not look at them in the eyes. They take loud noises and movement as a challenge, and they'll crush you like a soda can. Check that there's toilet paper before you're committed.
According to the laws of physics, you technically can't touch anything. If you're sitting down in a chair right now, technically your body is not touching the chair. You're slightly hovering above it on a microscopic atomical level. This is because the chair and your butt and everything we deal with daily is made of atoms. And an atom is a nucleus surrounded by an outer shell of orbiting electrons. And when 2 atoms get close to each other that aren't going to bond or chemically react, they actually have trouble touching one another. This is because when electrons get close to each other, they repel because they have the same negative charge. And the nerves in our skin can feel this repulsive force between electrons, and that's the texture or feeling of an object. So if you kiss your girlfriend, hug your grandma, or pet your dog, you're actually not touching the matter, but instead getting really close to it. So send this video to someone because it's easy. You don't even have to touch the share button.
So this is the only way to survive if you ever fell out of a plane or you went skydiving without a parachute. And the first most important thing you need to know is never aim for water. Because when you're falling at speeds of 120 miles per hour or 240 kilometers an hour, this will feel like you're hitting a sidewalk. Water doesn't compress easily, so there's no way you'd survive this. So the first thing you want to do is put your body into this position. This is the position that all skydivers use because it gives you the most maneuverability of your body. So the next thing to do is aim for trees if possible, or a marsh. But your best bet is always to land in snow because it's the most forgiving and there's usually a lot of powder. Now when you're coming in for landing, you want to try and land feet first. I know it sounds weird and it's gonna hurt, but this is the best chance you have. And even though you have a 0.0000001% chance of surviving this, there still are people that have done it.
Here's what it actually feels like to die. First, you'll lose all thoughts and desires. Then your senses will start to go. Starting off with thirst and hunger, then your sight will go, and the last to go is your hearing and touch. As you become too weak to breathe, you'll hear a strange noise from the back of your throat. This is known as the death rattle, and when that happens, buckle up. Because you're about to leave your body for the first time. Your life will then flash before your eyes as your body exits the physical world. Then you'll follow the light and die.
These are disgusting facts about humans that you probably didn't know that will make you wish you never watched this video. If you eat fast food, last year alone you consumed at least 12 public hairs. Ugh. Your fresh pee is actually cleaner than your spit. Ugh. The dust under your bed, yeah, that's actually dead skin. Right now, as we speak, you have tiny parasites living in your eyelashes. Your fingers actually have no muscles. All the muscles are in your palm and your forearm. How are they moving? You could fill an entire bathtub with the amount of saliva that you produce each year. Huh? The germs in your poo could pass through up to 10 pieces of toilet paper. Yo, humans are gross.
The flies could take over whenever the fuck they want, and we couldn't do a goddamn thing about it. For every person on Earth, there are 17 million flies. How the fuck are we still alive right now? The last day that all humans were living together on Earth was November 2nd, 2000. Since then, we've always had somebody living in the International Space Station. Cows actually moo in different accents depending on their region. Italian cows be like, moo, and French cows be like, and American cows be like, hey man, can I get like one Big Mac meal? That'd be awesome. Moo.
Here's what would happen if you didn't shower for a month. After 3 days, your skin would be noticeably drier and your hair greasier. After 5 days, you may want to warn people before entering a room. However, they'll probably smell you coming. If you wear tops and sweat in them, you'll most likely have to throw them away. You can also throw away your hairbrush because your hair will be so greasy you won't even be able to brush through it. You'll also have terrible dandruff too. By day 20, your friends and family won't even want to be near you, and you won't even be able to stand your own smell. The days and nights you would have spent scratching your dry and itchy skin will leave you with sores, and you'll also have acne. However, by the end of the month, your body will have had time to replace the healthy layer of bacteria, leaving you with a fresh face. But still, you would smell terrible. Comment the longest time you've gone without showering.
Here are 3 bad habits that are actually good for you. Number 1, swearing. So you probably think that swearing is rude, but studies actually show that people who swear are more honest and have more integrity than people that don't swear. Next time you swear at your mom, just tell her you're being more honest. Number 2, eating carbs. For some reason, everyone thinks carbs are bad and you shouldn't eat them. But a balanced diet consists of 45 to 65% carbs, so go right ahead. Number 3, wasting time. You're probably doing this right now on TikTok, but studies actually show that being unproductive can improve your state of mind and make you happier.
Here's food you've been eating wrong this whole time. The next time you cut a cake, do not cut it like this. It will leave the center exposed, causing the leftover cake to dry faster. Instead, cut it like this. Then afterwards, push the cake back together so the center isn't exposed. The next time you go to peel a banana, do not peel it from the stem. It will cause bruising and can make it mushy. Instead, the correct way to peel it is from the bottom, and this is even what monkeys do. The next time you put a tub of ice cream away, put it in a freezer bag and then place it in the freezer. This will stop it getting too hard for you to scoop the next time you eat it.
Morbid facts, part 36. King Tut was a product of incest as his parents were brother and sister. He had a club foot, a severe overbite, womanly hips, and enlarged breasts. Most experts agree that he probably died as a result of these deformities. The human head can remain conscious and aware for up to 20 seconds after being decapitated. A student was once taking an exam and couldn't handle the stress and anxiety anymore. So he put 2 pencils up his nostrils and headbutted the desk, forcing the pencils through his brain. He died instantly and all the other students got automatic A's.